independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Summerfield, Florida, near the Villages, and welcome to my weekly Facebook Live, or YouTube Live. I'm so used to saying Facebook. I used to do it on Facebook. If you're new here, I go live every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I'd love for you to join us. We usually have at least one crafty project to share. Right now, I'm finishing up my holiday free online class series. I'm doing 6 total, and this is card class number 5. So we only have one more next week. That'll be the last one, and then we'll kind of switch gears a little bit after the new year. Hi, Jean. Thanks so much for joining. As you guys join on, please say hello. Let me know where you're joining us from. I love hearing from everyone. And hi, Janice. Thanks so much for joining us. It's so interesting to see like where everybody watches from. I know a lot of people are getting lots of cold weather. We got a lot of rain this morning and it kind of cooled everything down. So it's been really nice here. All right, so let me pull up the video so I can put in the prize link here. Give me 1 second. So is everybody having a good week? Things are real busy here. I have my annual Christmas party this Friday, so I've been preparing for that. We have lots of fun. I've been working on the games and figuring out prizes and things like that. Very rainy in Delaware today, cold and windy. Oof, sounds like fun. Let's see here. Okay, so I'm going to put in the link here and I'll show you in just a second what the prize is for tonight. It doesn't matter though, right? You just want to get a prize. It's always fun to win free stuff. So today's prize is actually a retired item. It's the Stylish Sketches stamp set. This was a celebration item, I think about a year or so ago. But it's brand new. I've never used it. It's still got the backings and the stickers on the sticker sheet and everything. So if you want a chance to win this stamp set for free, just click on that black bar at the top in the chat and fill out the form and I will pick a winner at the end. And just remember, you have to be present to win. So, let's see what else has been going on. So, the Christmas party, like I said, is Friday. I'm expecting almost 24 people, so it's going to be a big party. My neighbors across the street have graciously offered up their driveway. Luckily, I don't live in a really busy area and I have lots of room for parking, and everybody's really good about carpooling over to my house too. But yeah, it's always a big event every year. It's a free event that I do to thank all of my customers and my team members for all their support all year long. We play some games. We have like a potluck style lunch. And I pass, excuse me, and I pass out the new mini catalog and celebration brochures. So that's always exciting. So speaking of which, this is the new celebration, or the new mini catalog, and this is the new celebration brochure. So if you have ordered from me in the past, you should be getting one from me in the mail. And you'll know it's from me because if you look on the back, it has all of my demonstrator contact information on the back of it. If you don't get it by January 10th, is the cutoff that they gave us. If you don't get it by January 10th, then let me know and I will contact Stampin' Up! And make sure that they send you another one. And it's actually, as unfortunate as it is to not get a catalog on time, they do a really good job when they resend it because they send it like regular mail with a tracking link and all that stuff. So you're guaranteed to get it at some point. It's just if it gets lost somehow in the mail or the postal system, you just got to let me know so that I can contact Stampin' Up! And make sure that you get your physical copy, okay? Another thing here, I did announce my product share. Can Can you guys see? Oh yeah, it looks backwards on the camera. So I announced my product shares for the mini catalog, and I'm including online exclusives this time as well. So the deadline to sign up for that is January 5th. So make sure that you go to stampcampwithjen.com/product shares and you'll get all the information. There's a little Google form that you fill out. And then as it gets closer, I will send you a PayPal invoice for payment, and you don't have to have PayPal to pay. You just have to have a credit card or a debit card. So that's pretty nice. Okay. So today we've got a fun class. I actually have 2 cards and a 3D item this time. I've been keeping it strictly cards over the last few weeks, but this one I really wanted to do this little treat box. And I think you guys are really gonna like it. So I'm really excited to share it with you. Let me turn the camera around and we'll go over a couple other things and then we'll get started, okay? Don't forget to fill out that form for the prize for tonight. All right, let me switch. And I know I said last week I was gonna switch to a different streaming service, and I didn't do that. I just haven't had time. So that went kind of out of the window. That's low on my list of priorities. So like I said here, mini catalog product shares, January 5th is the deadline to sign up. I sent an email out yesterday, and if you're on my newsletter list, you'll basically be getting an email every week as like a reminder. And then I'll send like a last call email as well right before the deadline. Last chance products are going on right now. There is no longer a clearance rack, so now everything is just last chance products, and this is going to be updated every 2 months. So we just got it this month in December, so the next one will be in February. They'll add new items, and basically how it's going to work now is items will be added to this, and as long as there is inventory, they will be in this last chance products list, but once they go away, they're gone and they won't come back. So we won't have any more like urgent clearance rack updates or anything like that. It will just be last chance products now. So if you see something in the last chance products list that you really like and you're like, oh, I really have to get that, I would suggest getting it early, because once it's gone, it's gone. There's no like, oh, we're gonna have a clearance rack later and it might be in there. No, it's just gone. So this is the last chance. It's just like the name sounds. It's the last chance to get it. Okay. And then just a friendly reminder that I do offer a monthly crafting kit called Stamp Camp to Go. I feature a new bundle usually from either the online exclusives or current catalog. And you get about $20 to $25 worth of product, as well as 4 card designs. And I do two kits for each design. So you get 8 total. And then you can subscribe anytime, but the first of the month is the last day to either subscribe or make a one-time payment. And then it kind of rolls into the next, kind of like with Paper Pumpkin, where they have a hard deadline. And then it rolls into the next billing cycle, if you will, for whatever the next kit is going to be. Hi, Debbie. Thanks so much for joining us. So just anytime you want to join, this is a great deal. You get a little bit of a savings, about 10% savings with Stamp Camp to Go. And after 6 months of being a Stamp Camp to Go subscriber, you get a free stamp set from me up to $27 in value. So it's a good deal if you like a monthly crafting experience. So, okay, on to today's class. So today we are doing projects with the Humble Home Bundle on page 46 of the September through December 2024 mini catalog. And I was looking at it earlier. I'm going to double check one more time. This is low inventory again. It has been extremely popular. Yep, it's still low inventory. So if this is something that you want to get, I suggest purchasing it today. Because today, that's another thing I forgot to mention. Today is the last day for free shipping. So free shipping on $75 or more orders. The bundle itself is $39.50. So that's a little over halfway there. You could add another bundle to it and get free shipping. So the whole bundle is low inventory and the punch is low inventory, which the punch being low inventory is why the bundle is low inventory. So make sure if you don't have this and you've been thinking about getting it, that you order this ASAP, because not only does free shipping end tonight, but the sooner you get it, the sooner you have a better chance of getting it before it goes on back order again. It's been very, very popular. So make sure to get that if that's on your list tonight. Okay, but don't forget about free shipping. Free shipping ends tonight. I forgot to print out something for that, but make sure to get your orders in if you haven't done that yet. Free shipping is a great deal. I know lots of people are always asking me, when's free shipping happening? So that is my little plug for that. If you've been waiting for free shipping, today's your last chance to take advantage of that. Okay, so let me show you real quick. This is what the card kit looks like. So if you place an order by Sunday, December 15th, you will get this card kit. If your order is at least $35 before shipping and tax, you'll get the card kit sent to you for free. And then if you bump it up to $50 before shipping and tax, you'll also get a surprise embellishment. And this is how it comes. It comes in this little plastic sleeve here. And I have a little paper that kind of explains how to go back and look for the replay. I highly encourage you, if you haven't already, to subscribe to my newsletter, because newsletter subscribers get more detailed PDFs than what's on my blog. So if you like to save those PDFs and print them out for later, then make sure to head over to stampcampwithjen.com and subscribe to my newsletter today, okay? All right, so you'll get the 2 card kits and then this little envelope, plastic envelope here, for our treat box. And there's these little gems in here that go with the blue card kit. That's really the only like small embellishment. So instead of making a whole separate little baggie, I just put it in with the little treat box baggie here. But we have this blue card kit. You have a Poppy Parade. This is boho blue. And then this is the little treat box that we're going to make. So these are the 3 card kits that you'll have. Oh, hi, Gail. Your live chat isn't working. It looks like it's working because you're commenting on here. I see your comments. It seems to be working. Okay, so we're going to start with the blue one. And this is the card that we're making with the blue card kit here. I pulled out the Countryside Inn Designer Series paper, which is still current. And then those little gems are from the 2023 to 2025 in color opaque sparkle dots. And they're these little blue gems right here. So those are already cut and in here. I'm not going to take these out until we're done putting the card together though. So let's get our card out. So we have everything's already pre-done for you, pre-cut, pre-punched. It should be pre-scored. I forgot to score this. Yours will be scored. Mine isn't. I was kind of all over the place today, so I forgot to score this, but that's all right. All right, so we're going to burnish that with our bone folder. And then we have this blue paper here that we're gonna just put on flat. I'm gonna use my Stampin' Seal Plus, my favorite. Right there. And this is just gonna go right in the center of our card front here. Oops. This is a good one to welcome like a new neighbor or just anybody, you know, new to, maybe you got a new coworker and you want to welcome them to the office or something like that. There's so many different ways you could do this, or ways you could gift this card for somebody. So this little piece, we're just going to kind of put, it's going to go edge to edge from the left to the right towards the top here. And we're just going to put that on flat. Right here. Okay. Now this circle, this was punched with the 2 3/8 circle punch. So that's the punch I used here. And then this banner piece is about 1/2 inch, and it needs to be at least 2 inches wide. And I made the little banner with my Banners Pick a Punch. This is retired. I will never get rid of it. I love this thing so much because I struggle. I know some people are so good at, you know, using their scissors and you cut in and then cut the little ends. Mine are always crooked or look funky, but so I have saved this and I will use this until it breaks. I love it so much. That is the one thing I will never get rid of. All right, so we're gonna grab our Night of Navy ink pad. And then I've got the little stamp set that looks like a little gingerbread house, and we're gonna stamp that in Night of Navy ink right onto the center of that circle. Just like that. And then, I forgot to grab that stamp, hold on. We've got the word welcome, and we're gonna stamp that right next to that banner edge here. And we're also inking that up in Night of Navy. Ugh. It's a little too high. It's hard to do with the camera right in my face. Let's see here. That's a little bit better. Okay. So we're done with that Night of Navy. We can put that away. Now we just need to trim this little bit here, and we don't need a ton of it. So we're just gonna trim a little bit of that off. And we're gonna take our dimensionals and we're gonna pop this up here. That's why there's two sides to every piece of paper. You can always just flip it over if you need to. All right, and then for this one, so what we're gonna end up doing is we're gonna put the circle over the banner. So we don't want dimensional right there. We need to kind of be aware of that. So I'm gonna put them on the top, bottom, and the left-hand side, but I'm gonna try not to, or if I put one on the right, I'm gonna kind of put it towards the bottom there so I don't impede that banner. So kind of take a look at it. I might put it like right up here where my fingernail is. It's kind of right there. And I'll just make sure, yeah, it's not gonna hit that banner with a dimensional when we put it on there. So we'll go ahead and put the banner on first. And we're just gonna kind of put it towards the bottom here. And then we're gonna take the backings off. And we're gonna just kind of put it, kind of center it between the top and bottom of that strip and lay it over that banner just like that. And then the last thing we need to do, I didn't put anything on the inside for this one, so we just need to adhere our card liner to the inside, and then we'll add some gems and our card will be done. Easy peasy. Like that. I have a little bit of seal sticking out. There we go. All right, so like I said, the little gems are in this little clear envelope, so we'll take those out. And I will stick the little gems on with my Take Your Pick tool. And we'll put one down here, another one down here, and another one up here. So if you've never used this tool, this is like one of my favorite things. This little putty end, you just take it and you push it against those gems and they stick to the putty, and then you can place them wherever you need to on your card, which is pretty cool. They have refills for them because eventually your putty will run out, and you just screw them in there. They screw in and out. So you just take it out and then screw it back in to replace it. It's really cool. What was the other thing I was going to say about this? Oh, and then whenever you add like gems or not dimensionals, whenever you add gems or embellishments to a card, the rule of threes is what's pleasing to the eye. And if you make it so that it's in like a triangle pattern of some sort, that is kind of like the most pleasant to look at, is what I've been told. So I usually try to stick to that rule when I add odd numbers of gems or embellishments are usually more pleasing. So that's what I try to do. But that's our first card, card number 1, pretty quick and easy, right? And pulling in that countryside in designer series paper with the trees, I thought that was a perfect background to that little house there. So there's card number 1. Now, card number 2, I think this is so perfect because Christmas is right around the corner. You could make a bunch of these thank you cards to give to people as a thank you for any gifts that you've gotten or anything like that. So we're going to put thank you, and on the inside it says for the sweet gift. So it's actually pretty funny. I made the house, I stamped it in Real Red, and then I realized the coordinating colors for the DSP from the Snowy Scenes DSP is actually Poppy Parade. But since I had already done the Real Red, it's pretty close, so I just kept it. I'm using Real Red for the heart and the little house here, but I kept the early espresso and the pumpkin pie colors that kind of match the little house that you see in the paper. I just thought it was kind of fun. So we're going to make this one. And this is a great card to use if you have a bunch of scraps, because these are 1-inch pieces, and then the piece down here is 2 inches. So there's 1x4, and then this one's 2x4. So if you have a bunch of little strips, you could make a bunch of these cards and use up those little strips in the back there. Okay, so for this card kit, it's got more pieces because we have those little strips of paper. But we've got our, and again, I forgot to score this card base, but that's all right. We're just gonna fold this over and burnish it with our bone folder. This is Poppy Parade. And then, like I said, I have all these little strips here that we're going to use for the background from the Snowy Scenes designer series paper. And then, excuse me, these 2 pieces are what we're going to use for this base here. And then I've got this piece to stamp my house and hopefully get those little doors and stuff on there too. It should be big enough. And then this is our little card liner for the inside as well. So that's what should be in your kit. So what I like to do whenever I have multiple strips of paper, I like to kind of line them up about where they're going to go down before I actually start gluing everything. I want to kind of position everything, get a good idea of where it should go, and then I'll start adhering everything down. So what I want to do, especially since I have multiple pieces of paper, I'm going to start at the bottom with the biggest piece, and then I'm going to do the top piece, and then that way I can center the 2 in the middle so that they should be evenly spaced between the top and the bottom. So we're going to start with the biggest one. That's the easiest one to do. And you'll just make sure you have an even border between the sides and the bottom of the card base here. Excuse me. And then we'll do the top strip. So is everybody ready for Christmas? Do you guys have all your Christmas shopping done? I think I ask that every week. I had somebody ask me that too, and I just laughed because I'm always like at the last minute getting things for people, or, you know, you always feel like, oh, is this enough? And then you run out and go get some more stuff. It seems like it's never, ever over until Christmas is over. I always admire people that are like, oh, I've been done with my Christmas shopping since Halloween or something. That's great. I wish I could. I don't know if I'll ever get to that point, but that's okay. All right. And if you didn't notice, I took the pattern that has like the holly leaves, and I used that for 2 strips, and then the opposite 2, I used that little house pattern and I cut that paper. So I thought that was kind of fun. You could use any combination you want, but this card is really forgiving and you can kind of mix and match it to however you like it. Just like that. Okay. So now we are going to grab this little scrap piece and we're going to stamp our house. So let's get our ink here. We're going to need Real Red and this little stamp that looks like the brick. So a little brick house. So we're going to ink that up really well in Real Red. And I'm going to stamp. I'm going to leave a little bit of room on the sides because I need that roof. I need room for that roof before we punch it. So it's pretty good. And then the roof is in Early Espresso. I'll close up this red pad. And the roof is this little guy right here. So when you stamp it, you really want to stamp it so it looks like it's kind of going over those edges on the house. So you make sure that it connects. So we're just going to ink this up in Early Espresso. And I'm going to try to do this as best I can here. Just like that. And then we should be able to punch it. We should have enough space to punch this here. That should all line up pretty well. Ooh, it's a tight one. Oh, I guess I'm gonna have to get a little piece of scrap to do the doors and the windows there. That's all right. All right, so now we have, so this little stamp here is for the doors and the windows. So we're gonna stamp that in Pumpkin Pie. And you can punch it or you can cut them out by hand. It's totally up to you because this little square here will punch out the windows. So that's what I did, was I just used the punch to punch out those little windows. And then I'm going to cut the little door, and you could even come up here, kind of use that edge. It's pretty easy. It's just a little rectangle. So even if you don't like to fussy cut, it's not that bad. It's just a little bit. Trim it as much as you want to. I don't want a ton of white, so I'm gonna kind of trim some of this off. There we go. And then we can use the punch and get that other window. Just like that. There we go. Alrighty. So we should have, excuse me. Oh, you need to write out cards, but you're done making them? That's awesome, Jan. I still have to send out cards too. That's on my list this week. I sent out some, but I got to finish sending my cards out this week. Hopefully they'll get to everybody in time. Oh, thanks so much, Barb. I'm so glad you like these cards. All right, so for the door, we're just going to line that up with the bottom edge here of the house, and then we'll kind of put the windows up kitty corner to the top edge of the door like that. And kind of center that and put those there. So we'll just use a little bit of liquid glue for these. Just a little bit. And then, like I said, we'll just center that with the bottom edge of the house and center it left to right. And then we'll put our little windows on. You mailed out yours today, Mom? Good job. I'm almost there. My goal is to have them done by this weekend. Oops. Ugh. There we go. Let that dry for just a second. And this seems like it's coming down just a little bit there. Looks a little crooked. There we go. Okay. So then what I want to do here is I am going to just position my house about where I want it to be, and then I'm going to stamp thank you right below it in Early Espresso. And I like to position it and stamp and not glue it down yet, because that way if I make a mistake, I can flip it over. And then once I have it how I want it, I can put the house down on the paper. So that came out nicely, so that's good. Yay. And we can put this down flat on our Early Espresso. Just like that. We'll put our house down. Oops. That was still wet, I guess, but oh well, it's gonna get covered up. All right, so now we just need to put some dimensionals on here, and then we're gonna position it right there. Just 5 should do it. And we'll just position it so it's kind of towards the left side, but it covers all 4 of these strips here. So it goes a little bit above that top one and reaches that bottom one as well. So there's the front. Now for the inside, for our liner, we're gonna stamp For the Sweet Gift, and that's going to be an Early Espresso, and that's also from the Humble Home stamp set. I'm going to put For the Sweet Gift. I love that font. It's so pretty. I love all that cursive font. And then we're going to grab our Real Red. And we're going to use that heart that's in the stamp set. Oops. Make sure it gets stamped up nice and even as best as possible. And then stamp that in the center. Oh, thank you so much. Gail, you're on top of things too, girl. I'm so proud of you. I used to try to get them out like the weekend of Thanksgiving, but lately I just cannot get my act together. I would love to start working on my cards after Christmas and have them all ready to go, so next year I can just pop them in the mail. We'll see. Excuse me. We'll see if that happens. That's my plan, but we'll see how well that goes. Alrighty. So cute. This would be an awesome thank you gift for the holidays. It's got that little holiday paper, and I just love it. I might make a bunch of these, actually. I really like that one. All right, so now on to our treat holder. This thing is so cute. It's this little box, and it holds 2 of these Lindor truffles. And then we're gonna do a little bit of embossing to make it look like a little gingerbread house. And this is so much fun. I used I have a link for this, and I'll put it in the description at the bottom of this video for my Amazon storefront. But you can get these Lindor peppermint truffles in the mail on Amazon, and I love these. They have these white chocolate ones that are white chocolate and peppermint, or they also have these peppermint cookie milk chocolate ones. They're both really good. I've been eating them like crazy. But like I said, I'll have the link in the description below this video in case you want to buy those. But I love these. I've probably bought 4 or 5 bags of these so far this year because I keep making a bunch of stuff with them. So here's the little box that we're going to make, and we're going to do a little bit of embossing. I'll show you how to do that. So we're going to grab our little kit here. And I actually made these for my Christmas card making event as like a little table favor for everybody that came. So it was really cool. All right, so we have a little banner piece here that we're going to do our Merry Christmas with. This is the piece we're going to emboss and punch out our house with. And then this is the little decorative paper. This is from that Reindeer Fun Designer Series paper. So I cut a bunch of those strips, and then I actually use it. I probably should have used garden green, but I really like shaded spruce. So I picked a piece of shaded spruce for this. So this piece is actually 4 inches by 5 inches. And then I scored it at 1 1/4 on all 4 sides. Okay. So we're just going to go ahead and burnish with our bone folder. These are so quick and easy to put together. I love it. I was able to whip up a bunch of these really fast for my Christmas card party, and everybody really liked them. So on these short sides here, we're just going to cut straight up to the horizontal score line. You don't need to angle it at all. We're just going to go straight up, and that's just on those short ends there. Okay, and then before we adhere the box together, we're actually going to go ahead and put our paper right down here on this box. Just makes it easier to do it before you start putting the box together. So I'm going to go ahead, and you can use tear and tape, liquid glue, whatever you like. I like Stampin' Seal Plus. It's quick, fast, and easy. Oh, thanks so much, Debbie. So, and you can get 4 of these boxes out of 1 piece of cardstock. So you can really stretch your cardstock quite a bit with these, and your designer series paper, because you're using a bunch of little pieces. So this is another good project for scraps. All right. Okay, so I'm going to go get my tear and tape, actually. I forgot to grab that before I sat down. All right, I was just over on my other desk there. So we are going to put tear and tape on these 4 corners, okay? You want to put just a couple pieces of tear and tape all the way around. And like I said, you can use liquid glue too. I just figured tear and tape would be easier as a visual representation, so you know where to put everything. Just a couple pieces of tear and tape is fine. Tear and tape is great for 3D projects because it's really strong. It's got a nice hold, nice strong hold. So anytime I use tear and tape, I always recommend taking your bone folder and just pressing it down on your paper and making sure it's really nice and tight on that paper. And then I like to take the spatula end of my take your pick tool and just push underneath that tear and tape backing, and it makes it so easy to remove it. Especially I have acrylic or like fake nails. So I have a hard time getting these backings off. So using this little spatula end makes it a lot easier. And if for some reason you can't get in between that backing and the tear and tape, you probably just need to press it down in your paper a little bit more to make sure that tear and tape is really nice and stuck on there. So I'm gonna remove all of these. There we go. Okay. So the important thing when you're putting this box together, these are gonna go on the inside, and you want the piece with the paper to be on the out, with the designer series paper to be on the outside. So we're just gonna kind of fold these right next to each other, and they're not gonna go, you'll see they don't go end to end. Like this end doesn't reach all the way, and that's totally fine. The important thing is making sure they're straight, and that when you fold this up, that the sides match up, okay? That's really the most important thing. And then you can just use your thumb and rub it and squeeze everything together, okay? So just one more time. So you're gonna take the piece that has the DSP, fold it towards you, and then I usually take the left side, put it in first, and then put the right side over it. And then you don't need to press everything together. You wanna kind of lift this up and make sure that those ends are gonna be lined up with the side here. So use your middle fingers that you have holding the back sides to kind of adjust everything before you squeeze it all together, just like that. Okay? And that's our little box. That's the basic box right there. Okay, so we're just gonna put that aside. And now we're gonna do our embossing for our little house here. So what we wanna do is we wanna grab our Embossing Editions toolkit. I love this thing. If you don't have this, I highly recommend it, okay? It comes with, not the Versamark or the embossing powder, but this is what it comes with. It comes with this little tray that has a screw-off cap. It has this little brush that you can use to brush off any flyaways. It comes with an embossing buddy and this acrylic tweezer that you can use to hold your paper while you're using your heat tool so you don't burn your fingers. I use this all the time and I highly recommend it. Some tips for this is anytime you finish embossing, you'll see, now I did one earlier today with the white, so I'm not worried about my embossing powders mixing, but anytime I finish using my embossing tray, I always give it a good rinse and get the stray embossing powder out of here because I don't want to go and use black embossing powder and leave that in there and then try to use white. And then you end up having a couple little black specks in your embossing because you didn't clean it out. So all you have to do, honestly, is you just unscrew this cap. I rinse it all with water, dry it off, make sure all the embossing powder's out there, and then I'm ready to go for the next time. So I highly recommend this Embossing Editions toolkit if you don't have it already, okay? All right, so we're gonna grab that little pecan pie scrap and our gingerbread house looking stamp. And first we're gonna use our embossing buddy. This is a little anti-static pouch. This will prevent any embossing powder from sticking to places that you don't want it to stick to. That way, when you put the embossing powder on, it will only stick to the Versamark that you've stamped on there. I ink that up really well and stamp. Always close your Versamark afterwards. You don't want to get embossing powder in it. Now you can kind of see where that stamp went with the Versamark. So now we're going to take our paper, we're going to put it over our tray, and I have the Wow Opaque Bright White Regular Embossing Powder. This is part of the Embossing Basics kit that you get, or the Embossing Basics powder pack. It comes with white, clear, and I forget what the other one is, maybe black. So we're just gonna sprinkle that over, and it should only stick to where we stamped the Versamark. So you may have a couple little flyaways, like I can see a couple little ones here and there. And I sometimes even use my little spatula tool if it's really small, you can kind of use that to kind of pick things up as well. And you can also use your finger and kind of tap on the back and get some of that extra. And then if you have some sections like up here, it looks like it needs a little bit more, you just put more powder on as much as you need, but that looks pretty good right there. Okay, so now we're just gonna take this little cap and unscrew it. And you just pour it right back in there. I love this thing. I had an old one, Stampin' Up! Had one of these trays before, but instead of this screw cap, it just, you pushed it in and it was really hard to dig out. So when they came up with this with the screw cap, I was like, that is awesome. It's so much easier. I love it. All right. So now we're gonna take our little acrylic tweezers here and we're gonna carefully hold this, and then we're gonna take our heat tool, and you'll see through the magic of heat how this all heats up. Now you'll notice when it starts to melt, it'll become very shiny, and that'll be a lot easier to see. That's how you can see that it's actually almost done, and it's done heating. When it gets real bright white, you can kind of see the difference, and I'll show you when it starts to change so you can see. So you see the middle there where the door and that little squiggly is, it's bright, and then the roof is kind of still matte. That's, the roof still needs to be heated up, but it's getting bright white as it melts together. You can tell it's about done. Like magic. So pretty, I love it. All right. Now we'll take our punch. We'll punch that out, and we have our little gingerbread house. So cool. Woo. Man. All right, so there's that. And then all we need to do now is stamp the Merry Christmas, which is also part of the stamp set. I just had it. Here we go. You like to put the peppermint embellishment? Yeah, I've seen people do that too. Sometimes they put the little peppermint embellishment on the door. That's really cute too. I thought about doing that, but I decided to skip it. But that is a cute addition. All right, so we're just gonna stamp Merry Christmas in real red right next to that banner end that I've already punched out. There we go. And then again, I only need a little bit. I don't need this full banner. I just kind of stuck a long piece in there so we can trim it a little bit with our paper snips here. Okay, now for our box, we want to put, we're going to use dimensionals. We want to put that little Merry Christmas, and then the house is actually going to come off the side of the box, just a teensy bit, but that's okay. So we'll go ahead and put our dimensionals down. There we go. On the banner. Great craft fair box. That's true, Deanne. This, you could sell a bunch of these, I think, at a craft show. Probably for, I don't know, $1.50, two for $3, or $1.50. Like my math. I crack myself up. All right. My husband's always teasing me about that. He's like, you're the only one laughing at yourself. All right, so we're just going to put some dimensionals on, but again, kind of taking note of where that banner is, because we don't want to put dimensionals on dimensionals and have it kind of wonky. So I'm probably just going to put them on the side over here. Or actually, what's even smarter is you can just put them right on the box like this. And then, I think I did that before. I forgot about that little trick. So we just put two dimensionals right there, right next to where that banner is, and then you don't have to worry about putting dimensionals on the wrong part of the house. So you just stick them right on that box there. And then we'll make sure that the bottom edge of the box and the house are lined up together. And then we'll just kind of stick this on here. like that. How cute. And then, like I said, you just put your little truffles on the inside. And that would be an adorable little table favor for your Christmas dinner or Christmas party, whatever you like to do. Oh yeah, and then you don't worry, like this box, I put them right on the house and now the dimensionals kind of peeking out a little bit. So if you put the dimensionals right on the box, you don't worry about it showing and they go exactly where they need to. So take that little tip with you. All right, guys. So if you haven't filled out the Google form for the prize tonight, make sure you go ahead and do that. I'm about to pull the winner for tonight. Again, the free prize tonight is this Stylish Sketches stamp set. This was a Celebration stamp set from a couple years ago, and it's brand new, never been used. I would love to give it to somebody here, so make sure you fill out that Google form if you haven't yet. I am about to draw the winner right now. And don't forget, guys, to take advantage of that free shipping tonight. That ends tonight. Free shipping on $75 or more, $75 or more in a single order before tax. So, all right, let's see here. Let's go to the Google form. I'm gonna bring up my little wheel here. I use a website called Wheel of Names, and I put the names in here randomly. It's pretty cool. It's a good little free website if you need one for any kind of giveaway. Let's see. Giveaway here. Responses. See, Lori says, oh, you'll try to make them for your clogging party? That's cool. That's a good idea. All right, let's see here. Giveaway. I'll read off some of the responses to my questions too. Let's see. All right, everybody, I'm shuffling it and good luck. Don't forget, you need to comment once I say who the winner is so you can let me know if you're still on here. Lori Freisinger, are you still here? I know you just commented and say that you're still here so you can get your prize. Lori. Congratulations, Lori. Are you still here? You didn't leave, did you, Lori? Leave a comment so I know you're still here. Barb made 60 cards and they're all mailed. Good job. That's awesome. All right, Lori, are you still on here? Come on, Lori. Leave a comment. Let me know. Come on, Lori. Give her a couple more minutes. I feel like my Christmas card list got shorter and shorter this year because I used to mail out like to just friends and family alone, probably like 30, and it was probably like half of that this year or so. Oh, Lori, congratulations. So you will get the Stylish Sketches stamp set, and you, I know, are coming to my Christmas party Friday, so I will have it for you on Friday when I see you on Friday, okay? All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget, free shipping ends tonight. I've said that like 10 times. I just want to make sure. Don't forget to take advantage of free shipping. That's a great offer. Oh, and I forgot to mention too that when you place a $100 order, you get a little birthday club postcard where you will be able to get a free stamp set during your birthday month in 2025. And I'm only offering that this month on $100 orders. Okay, so free shipping is a great time to take advantage of that, so you can place your order, get free shipping, and get a free stamp set during your birthday month in 2025. So make sure to take advantage of that. Yeah, next week will be my last card class, and then we'll go back to just doing a one project using whatever. I won't have a specific bundle or themed card class, but this has been lots of fun. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. And then Christmas, obviously that week, I will not have a YouTube live because I'm just going to relax and enjoy Christmas time with my family. So, all right, guys. Well, thank you again so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed tonight's project. Let me know what your favorite or tonight's card class, excuse me. Let me know what your favorite project was from tonight's card class. And if you're watching the replay, leave a comment and let me know which one was your favorite. Don't forget to give me a little thumbs up or a heart as well, and share this video with your crafty friends and invite them to join us next week, okay? All right, guys, well, have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Be safe and happy stamping. Bye-bye.